Hey, there you are. Welcome back. Episode 18 of Secret Guitar Club. Today I talked to Christian of Towner Guitar Parts in San Diego, California. Christian has come up with a really cool piece of aftermarket hardware that allows you to easily attach a Bigsby to a guitar that might not have one. Let's say you pick up an ES335 style guitar or perhaps an Epiphone 61 reissue SG that you're trying really hard not to buy after having this conversation. That guitar might not have a Bigsby on it, but you want it to have a Bigsby on it. Christian makes a really cool piece of hardware that allows the down tension of the setup to fit properly without having to drill into the guitar, and allows you to easily put a Bigsby on a guitar that doesn't have a Bigsby. So cool. I love Bigsby. I think I'm going to have to get that SG, and I really just want to do that, trying hard not to. Enjoy the conversation. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the other side. Hey, what's up, Christian? Thanks for joining the club. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, Brian.
I appreciate your time. Thanks for being here. So you've got Towner Guitar Parts USA, and you have a component that fits into the Bigsby. Is that right?
Yeah, what started it was back in 2006, I think. I bought a 335 and wanted a Bigsby installed, and some guitar tech told me to install the B3 because you wouldn't have to drill any holes in the top of the body. But when I did that, there was no tension between the Bigsby and the bridge, and the strings would fall off the bridge. And then I immediately saw the possible solution that, somebody might have invented a bar to fit those studs.
Yeah.
And nobody figured that out after, 60 years of guitars getting destroyed. So I invented one. Actually, this is it. I keep it around. It's like a paperweight now. This is the first one that I prototyped. And from here, I just refined it, worked it out in a machine shop, and everything went from there.
Were you a machinist before that?
No, but I've been in. As a kid, I used to work for construction companies, and my friend's father had a construction company, and I always been in and out of shops, and used to build like skate ramps and stuff when I was a kid. Now I'm no stranger to a garage, so making stuff has always been a very strong thread in my life.
Cool.
Creating from my own imagination. Went to art school and majored in fine arts. So it's all part of the process. My entire life has been a creative process, probably because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
So
they often go hand in hand, right?
yeah, the struggle with reading and having the attention span to read for long periods of time takes me twice as much work as your average person.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so interesting that you're right. Like the Bigsby goes back to the early '50s, I believe, and it didn't really fit for 60 years. Like you had to kind of rig up your guitar to fit it. I know with a
Well,
Telecaster, it just barely fits.
if it was factory installed, that's fine.
Okay, right.
And if it was not factory installed and you wanted one, you ended up drilling all these extra holes in the guitar you didn't need to because Bigsby already mated one without, and all they had to do is come up with a bar to fit those studs. I don't know why they didn't see that one.
Yeah. Have you, and how long have you been selling these? Since 2006, did you say?
Oh, the invention started in like 2007.
Yeah.
The first one, which is the down tension bar, and then and I filed my patent in 2009, and then by 2010 I was started trying to sell them, and then from there I started making other parts.
Yeah. Were you always selling direct off your website? I see you have some distribution now, right?
No, well, I did distribution and it didn't help because it's too much of a niche product.
Uh-huh.
I did mainly from my site. I think I sold like 101 the first year. You know, it was
Yeah.
really slow. Didn't really take too quick. I thought it would just like kind of take off, but there's another part to that conversation. So I finally started getting some traction around 2013, and then I put it in WD Music, all parts, CE distribution, and it was like the money just wasn't really doing well, and I decided in 2015 to just pull everything.
Yeah.
I got the idea to just buy Bigsby's for wholesale, package them with my parts, and sell the products directly to
As
consumers.
as like a
And
kit,
then,
right?
yeah, because by that point I already invented the hinge plate adapter,
Yeah.
and I brought the V block on, and it was just smart money because it's a niche product. So I don't end up selling my products for distribution prices to the distributor. I just sell them for wholesale to shops and guitar techs,
Yeah.
and then sell the full package directly to the consumer. And then the other strategy was to get resellers in other countries and just sell them for wholesale, not distribution pricing, to everybody else in every other country and keep all the money in the US for myself
Yeah.
and not have any resellers in the US.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and I particularly think it makes sense that you packaged it with the Bigsby because, I'm thinking about it from like a consumer perspective. If I wanted to put a Bigsby on a guitar, you might just go buy a Bigsby and then find out too late that it doesn't really work, that you need this extra piece. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The creative process in coming up with this stuff, I eventually invented another part, and I have one on something else on the way. The string tension bar came from consumers who have trapeze guitar setups. They were asking me for years, starting in like 2012 or 2013, do you have something for my 330 or my casino? Because a lot of these players like low action. And on a trapeze setup, you can only go so low because you need at least 7 degrees of break angle between the bridge and the trapeze for the strings to stay on the bridge. And I just went for it eventually and came up with the string tension bar and got into investment casting, which was really fun, and paid for a casting, and it took about a year or almost 2 years, maybe, no, a year and a half, and before they really started to take, but not one of my products ever come back.
Nice.
Nobody's ever disappointed. I get a lot of, I wish I found you first.
Yeah. Right. Right. It's like a
Because of
solution that nobody really knew existed.
Well, there's the other guys
Yeah.
that are out there, and they have a lot of money to brand, for pay for advertising and marketing, and they share a booth with Bigsby at every NAMM convention since 2010.
Gotcha.
But it never fails. Every customer that talks to me about their products, they tell me the same problems with their products. Their products get them on the guitar, but they don't. They actually bring a couple of problems to the installation.
You mentioned, was it invention casting?
Investment.
Or investment? Oh, I see. I'm
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
one of the
Yeah.
old types of, metallurgies, castings. Bigsby actually uses the same process for their earlier ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. Do you find is that kind of fun, like that process of figuring out how to build it and the process of like getting your final product, or is it more fun having that done and selling it?
It's the process is fun
Yeah,
if it
process.
goes smoothly. But
Yeah,
this last product I actually invented in 2018,
yeah,
and I'm now finally finishing it 7 years later, which kind of sucks. But
yeah,
it's been a struggle. There's a lot of things that happen in life that just set you back. Like when I finally figured out the solution for this new product that's coming on, I did it on my own, but I couldn't refine it because I didn't have the money to buy those guitars, get the specs, refine it. I got the prototype and the idea worked out. And then it ended up sitting for like, I think 2 years before I found a shop that could work with me. And then we got into it, and then I kind of forgot the process that I went through. And we started developing in another way. And then I was like, oh my God, 2 years later, after we started the process, I was like, I found the box of prototypes, sent it to the guy, and then we finally got down the road on that. And it's just been, the circumstances around working with a shop that wants to work with you, and them knowing how to refine it, and prototyping it's a lengthy process.
yeah.
But I think a lot of people are going to be really happy with this. It's for
Nice.
Les Paul Juniors.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be interesting. I'm excited about it.
Tell me about the patent process. How do you go about that? And I know that's a lengthy process, right? Is it a design patent?
Well, it's an expensive process.
Yeah, right.
So my advice to anyone who wants to make hardware for electric guitars is, if you're going to patent it, don't waste your money on a utility patent unless you know for sure it's going to make well over 6 figures a year. Don't even waste your money, because what happens is, on top of the lawyer fees, which are like $400 or $500 an hour, to make your patent and filing, and the filing fees, the United States Patent Office will rob you blind, because you have to pay every 3 years some fee, and then it multiplies every 3 to 4 years for the 19 years that you have that patent. It multiplies to keep the patent, a document on a server. I don't understand this. It's absolutely, it's a waste. So my recommendation is to get a design patent on your product. You only have to pay once. That'll protect you for a certain length of time, and you'll be able to make your stake in your market as the person who makes this stuff. And there are most companies will respect the boundaries of you creating your stuff. And they'll not try and rip you off or whatnot, or at least you hope.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of it's a huge endeavor.
My competitor certainly ripped me off on my hinge blade adapter. I did a design patent on the oval shape. They made a circle after they found out about it.
Right.
He came over to my booth in 2013 and took he was in shock at my booth, took one of my brochures, and then next year they had a hinge blade adapter that looked like this. I was just like, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough business,
Yeah, people, I think life, trying to survive in the economy and create your spot so that you can live a decent life in general is hard enough. With the amount of taxes we have to pay, and then medical insurance, it's enough to make somebody crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No.
Yeah, it's really hard to do what
Turn
you're
your
doing.
hand red.
Yeah. I love the Bigsby. I love the design. What attracted you to the Bigsby right off the bat originally? And the second part of my question is, have you ever considered inventing your own tremolo system?
Yeah, the Bigsby was just cool.
It is
I
cool.
was, I really wanted to be a good guitar player and I enjoy the ability to affect your guitar. Now, I've seen guitar players create a tremolo effect just by, they're so smooth on the guitar, they can find a moment and they can, kind of arc the body and the neck together. Or some guys, they'll take out one bolt on the neck brace so that they can get a nice warble out of the guitar, which is really slick.
Yeah.
The did I? Yeah, I did consider making my own, but wow, what a feat would that be to outperform Bigsby?
Right.
Keep it simple, keep it stupid. Don't you gotta, you can do things and create things in life, but if you start to feel like you're trying to be greedy, you're no matter who you are in this life, whatever you learn from, however you create, you're a contributor. If you treat yourself, keep it small, be a contributor, and just keep feeding the market that you're supporting. You know, it's very easy to get big eyes on something that you started, and I think modesty is the best avenue.
Yeah.
Keep it modest, keep it simple, support, and then find something else to do.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
expanding. I think it's very important that, like we see it all the time with guitar companies, they get too big for themselves and they start unloading at some point or filing bankruptcy. And we know who's filed bankruptcy a bunch of times and has barely survived here.
Yeah.
And Fender seems to be godfather to all companies. And they did something that I thought was really smart a few years ago. They eliminated all aftermarket products that were installed in the factory on their guitars, and they trimmed down their guitar line. I think keeping things trim is a smart move. I seen like even Harley. I think they overproduce to a point where they can't move enough bikes and keep up with the market. I think underproducing is your smartest avenue, and it's just the world's economy is a mess right now, and we're in a
Yeah.
lot of trouble. We're heading into $37 trillion in debt, and things are going to change quick.
Are you importing your parts or are you making them here?
Making them here.
Yeah, nice. It's great when you can do that, right?
I think, yeah, there was this period after 2000 where all the manufacturing in the U.S. was just like, and it was when I was getting started. My first run was out of China, right? Because I didn't know, I was learning. And I had 125 parts made out of China. And then after that, I was like, God, I kept looking and looking locally and finally found places in San Diego that would make my down tension bar. And it's nice that you can make them here at home.
Yeah, for sure. Are you still with that same manufacturer?
Oh, well, I have a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And I pretty much have all the same ones. I went through a whole bunch of, well, in the beginning, now that I'm thinking back, geez, I went through a whole bunch of shops. And it was tough to figure out, but I think like back in 2010, manufacturing in San Diego or in the U.S. started to come back online, and it was more accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I didn't check, but do you sell your products on Reverb?
I did for a little while when they first came on. You gotta watch you're a small niche company, you gotta watch your margins, right? So too much was taken out of my pocket. I was like, trim the fat. I felt like, I think it was maybe, geez, when did Reverb come on?
I'm not sure, actually.
2015? somewhere in the around there. I had a shop for maybe 2 years on there,
Yeah.
and I was like, Instagram was great. Oh my God, that right there. Uh, the Facebook pages weren't even that great. The
Hmm.
business pages. Instagram was perfect. It was a perfect platform to grow your company. People love the way it streams and the way it works. It's so
Yeah.
simple, and
Yeah.
you're not bombarded with ads, in Instagram. You'll get them, but it really helped grow my company
And
because
what years was that you were on doing that on Instagram?
I started using Instagram in 2013, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, early adopter.
Yeah.
Awesome. Would you say that's your number one channel now for still selling?
Oh, I mean, just for communication, I've been getting into TikTok. Um, I've never been someone who's on there like every day posting
Yeah.
or whatnot, but TikTok is good. What really helps is when other people just talk about your stuff and post
Yeah.
about it. That's the real get right there, is when people share. And TikTok is like fire, when
Yeah.
other people post and share videos of your stuff. It's just, if you do something well, people are going to see it.
Yep. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and it's really nice that a lot of like pro guitar players use my stuff. I
Yeah.
Melissa Etheridge, her guitar tech, has just ordered more parts.
Nice.
Jesse Belt's really cool dude. He's been buying parts from me for like 5, 7 years or something.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Not consistently, just I've known him that long, and he's bought parts before.
Hmm.
And then, who's that kid? Outlaw country singer. He's a young guy. I think he's in his 20s. Real shredder. I found out that Banker Customs hooked up his guitar, which is
Sweet.
really cool. Have you checked out Banker Guitars? Those guys.
Banker. No, I'm not familiar with them.
I'll send you a link to his profile later. I won't forget.
Sweet.
Um,
Yeah, that'd be great.
what's his name? Marcus King.
Oh yeah, sure.
Dude's got. All of a sudden, I see my parts are on this guitar, and he's like killing it on stage. I'm like, Marcus King.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That was cool.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah, I imagine to tie in that kind of marketing. That's what it takes. That's great.
mhm. Yeah.
Last question for you: if you could look back on your 15 years or so doing this as a guitar components business, what would you say is the big lesson learned that you've learned and that you would go back and change if you could do it all over again?
Make more parts.
Make more parts,
Yeah. Just
more varieties of parts, or
in.
more
Well,
volume.
just dig in a little deeper. I was distracted by writing music for my own band for a while.
Yeah,
I don't just do this. This isn't my only income. I have a career in video editing that I've had for 25 years.
great.
And it's make more parts. Just keep creating. Don't stop.
Yeah,
And I think the hardest lesson to learn is like when you're in the thick of what you're doing, the moment you feel tired and you should be getting up, get up.
yeah,
Yeah. And treat everybody the way you treat yourself. Just be respectful, make friends, even with your competitors if you can, and just play fair.
yeah. Well, that's obvious about you. That's been a theme throughout our whole conversation. Is sort of the moral ethic of just being a good person in this world, right?
Yeah. Support everybody best you can, and take care of yourself.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll link your website below. I want everybody to check it out. I think it's a super cool niche. I love the Bigsby tremolos, and I wish you the best of luck going forward. Thanks, Christian.
Thanks again, Brian. Appreciate it.
Yeah.